Hi, I have something to admit. I am addicted to starting series and never finishing them. I'm currently in the middle of, I believe, 17 different series, and it's safe to say my brain is a scrambled mess because of it. So in today's video, we are going to make some progress on that. I've had a look on my series tracker and I have selected 3 different series that I will be reading in this video. The first one being Boys of Torment. I have just one book to read in order to be up to date in this series. That is Taming 7. So that is one I'm going to read. The next series is the Kingdom of Lies series. I have just one book left in this series and then I have completed the whole series. So we are reading the 4th book in this series. And then finally, we're going to be reading Wild Eyes, which is the 2nd book in the Rose Hill series. This one has only recently just come out and I'm going to read it in this video so that we are up to date on that series. That is the plan anyway. We will see how it goes. And with that all said, let's get into it. Hello, I thought it was about time to give an update on the first book that we are reading for this video, which is Queen This Fierce and Deadly by Stasia Stark. I'm actually so sad that this is the last book in the series and that I'm like going to be finished with it after this. I have seen though that Stasia Stark has announced a new series that she's going to be coming out with. I think it's like a vampire fantasy, but fae as well, I think, maybe, I can't remember. And that's coming towards the start of next year, so I'm definitely going to pick that up when that comes out because I have loved the series so much. I am literally exactly 100 pages into this book. That's very satisfying. Of course, I'm enjoying it. I just love this series. I love the characters. I love the romances. I love the writing, the setting. Like, I just love it. It's definitely one of my favourite series that I've read. And I'm so glad that I picked it up. My only complaint so far would be there are lots of side characters, right? Who slowly, as we've gone through the series, have started to get their own POVs. But my favourite one is the one that we hear the least from, really, or we have so far at the start of this book, and I really want to see more of them and their story. So that's my only complaint. It's just so good. Like, if this series sounds good to you, like, please do give it a go because honestly it's so good. Like, I just absolutely love it and it's so easy to read. It's so bingeable. Yeah, I just love it and I want everyone to read it. Anyway, I'm gonna do a bit more reading of this now. I think this book is about 600 pages, so I have about 500 pages left with my besties and then that's that. So let's do it. I have officially about 100 pages left of this book. I am so scared. We are at war. If my favourite characters die, I am not going to be happy. I will riot. Fingers crossed, people live. This is so stressful. I'm so stressed. I hate war. It's been a hot minute since I've updated this vlog, just because I've been filming other videos in between this one, and then also in the last couple of days I have come down with like a stomach sickness bug and obviously haven't felt like picking up the camera. I'm still not feeling great, to be honest, so I'm gonna try and do this as quick as possible, but I just felt like I needed to update you because I was reading a book for this video. So firstly, I never wrapped up this book with you and the Kingdom of Lies series. Firstly, I just want to say I read this whole series within a month, like from start to finish, and I'm so proud of myself for that because I am so bad at series, hence why I am having to film these kind of videos, because usually I will literally read the first couple of books in a series and I'll be like, oh, I'll just read something else for a bit because I don't want to like only read that series, and then it'll be a year later and I still haven't continued on or finished the series. So I'm very proud of myself that I read this series so close together, and I have to say that is kind of like a testament to the series because I loved it. I loved this world. I loved these characters. Sorry, one of my dogs is knocking the tripod. Yeah, and I just wanted to be back in it, and also the fact that it's only a 4-book series, I'm sorry, but that is like perfect to me. Either 3 or 4 books in a series is perfect. It wasn't too overwhelming, and yeah, I don't know, I just really enjoyed being in this universe. Speaking of this book specifically, I did really enjoy it. I think I would rate it 4.5 stars, I think. My favourite books in the series have definitely been book 1 and book 3. I think looking back at it all now, I would definitely give both of those 2 books 5 stars, this one 4.5 stars, and then book 2 probably 4 stars. That was probably my least favourite, but all in all I did really enjoy them. This one really is a war book, however my only complaint about it would be that it feels like we spend a lot of the time on the planning. The actual war bit happens quite quickly, which maybe means it loses a little bit of its impact. That's all I would say on that, but I did still really enjoy it overall. I am a bit confused though, because this book leaves us with some questions, and one specific question. There's a character that we have introduced and then it's kind of left on a cliffhanger in the epilogue. I don't really know how to explain it without giving any spoilers, but a storyline has been massively opened up and I haven't seen anywhere that it's been announced that there's going to be a spin-off series following said character. I'm a bit confused. Is that a thing? Is that not a thing? Can somebody confirm? I would love to know. Are my questions going to be answered? I hope so. Anyway, so my overall wrap up of the series is I love this series. I loved the characters, I loved the side characters and the main romance and the side romance. Like, I absolutely loved all of it, ate it up. I think I would say that this series in general is like a 5-star series for me. Obviously not all of the books have been 5 stars, but I am obsessed with this series and for me it's a perfect romantasy series, so yeah. And then the next book that we are reading for this video is Taming 7 by Chloe Walsh. This is book 5 in the Boys of Torment series and this is Claire and Gibbs's book. I started this yesterday. I am 100 pages in, 116 if you want to be specific. I've massively had my doubts reading this because I have seen not the greatest reviews from other people who absolutely love the Boys of Torment series have been disappointed in this book, and I think that mainly those disappointments have come from people feeling like this book doesn't focus enough on Claire and Gibbsy and it feels like it focuses a lot on some other characters. So far I'm enjoying it. I feel like we're getting enough of Claire and Gibbsy. I will say there's not really been much plot development, but that is very typical in Chloe Walsh books. Like, they're not massively plot driven books. Straight from the off we've got our dose of trauma that Chloe likes to give us in these books, which is very sad. Like, and yeah, I don't know, I'm enjoying it. I've heard what people have said in terms of like who this kind of like focuses too much on. I'm not minding that so far, but we will see as we go through it. This book is also quite a lot shorter than most of the other Boys of Torment books. It's like 550 pages, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be Claire and Gibbsy's only book, although I have seen some stuff on TikTok going around recently about Chloe Walsh and I feel like new information is being released and actually now maybe it's being said that Claire and Gibbsy will have another book after this, but then the next book that's coming out is not their book, so I don't know, I'm confused. If you do not know what this series is, I feel like I've spoken about it so many times on my channel, so I'm not gonna harp on about it, but this is a romance series based in Cork in Ireland. It is set in like the 2000s. We are basically following a group of friends at school and their lives and their relationships, and lots of them have lots of trauma and we have lots of kind of like angsty slow burn romances. Hopefully the next time you see me I will be looking and feeling a bit better, and I'm now gonna go and rot in bed for the rest of the day. The good news is I'm feeling much better today. It is a different day, even though I am wearing the same jumper. The bad news is this book is starting to really frustrate me, and it's not for the reasons other people are saying, it's more like the actual romance is just starting to really frustrate me. But I think we're kind of like getting to a plot point which is going to be quite a big reveal, even though I'm pretty sure I know what it is. And maybe once that's revealed things will stop being so frustrating, I don't know. I'm up to page 292, let's keep going. As much as I don't like her right now, I really hope we get Hugh and Lizzie's book next because there's stuff I need to know. Honestly, my overwhelming summary of this book for me would be that it was just really frustrating. Like, the frustration did not change. It was very like repetitive, up with the same issues, the same conversations over and over again. And I just felt like with the plot, we didn't really get very far. Obviously I still enjoyed it, like I love these characters, I love this world, I like the writing, so I did like it, but it just was not the same as the others for me. I think I'm gonna rate it like 3.5 stars. I also will say that the romance in this one was quite disappointing in a sense that I found myself not caring that much about it because it felt very juvenile. Like the romance just felt very young. As I said, still enjoyed it, giving it 3.5 stars. It just, you know, compared to the first 3 books were all 5 stars. The 4th book I think I gave 4 stars or 4.5 stars. And then this one 3.5 stars. So definitely quite a jump down, but it's fine, it's fine. The final book we're going to read for this video is Wild Eyes. I've literally just watched Destiny's video where she read this book and she gave it 5 stars. She absolutely loved it. So I've got high hopes, although I think she also gave Wild Love 5 stars, which I didn't love. I've got high hopes for this one, and if anything, Elsie Silver books are always just kind of like a fun, quick read for me. Even if I don't massively connect with them, they're always just a good time and they're really quick and easy to read, so I'm still looking forward to my time. I am already loving this first chapter. Like, what a good first meeting. Okay, so we've got Skylar and we've got Weston, and Weston lives in Rose Hill. He is a single dad and he owns or runs some kind of farm or ranch, I think. And then we have Skylar, and Skylar is, I'm assuming, a famous singer, and she is going to Wild Rose Records, which is our male main character, Ford, from the first book. New record studio. Weston is best friends with Ford, and obviously his sister is also married or with Ford as well. And they had a really cute like first meeting. So yeah, good vibes so far. I'm liking it. I don't know if you can hear, but there's a thunderstorm right now, and that is perfect reading weather, so I'm happy. But one of my dogs is terrified of everything, to be honest. And there he is, curled up in the corner. You okay, Habs? We're about 75 pages in, so still kind of too early to say, but so far I am just loving this. We've met the kids. I love the kids. I love Skylar. I love Weston. I'm really enjoying the writing, the setting. I'm just really enjoying it. And my favourite Elsie Silver book is Heartless in the Chestnut Springs series, the second book, and that is like very similar in terms of tropes and setting and everything to this one, so I'm thinking maybe that's why, like, I think she just writes these kind of stories so well. I realised that I should probably give you a update, because otherwise I am just gonna finish this book and not have updated you. Oh, I look really pale now. I didn't even want to really wear makeup today. I'm just going to do the bare minimum to look acceptable. Also, I really need to get my hair done, it's so bad. I think when I get it done, I'm not going to really go as blonde as I normally do. I think I'm going to embrace the blonde more and like my natural hair colour. I've been thinking about it and wondering how many years do I have left before I start to go grey. And once I go grey, like, I will be having blonde hair because it'll be much easier to hide grey roots. So I may as well maybe just like have my natural hair colour. I don't think I've ever had my natural hair colour because I have dyed my hair blonde since I was I don't know, 12, 13 years old. My hair, like when I was younger, was naturally like platinum blonde, and then as soon as it started going a bit less platinum, I got highlights. And I have always had highlights, except for one very sad period in my life where I thought it would be a good idea to dye my hair brown, which that's not the bad thing, but I dyed it like a proper dark chocolatey brown. And it just did not suit me. Anyway, that's not what I'm going to be doing, but I want to kind of like have more of my natural colour, because I'm also like so bad at going to the hairdresser regularly, and I end up with these awful roots, especially when I've not washed my hair and I have it tied back. She doesn't look cute. So anyway, I literally have no idea where that hair tangent came from. Nobody is here to talk about my hair. We are here to talk about Wild Eyes. So I am now up to chapter 18, which is about 200 pages in, so I'm very nearly halfway through this book, and I have just been flying through it. Like, I don't even feel like I've like spent that long reading it since I started it yesterday evening, but yeah, I've read nearly 200 pages, so clearly I have. I'm still just having a really good time with it. I feel like these are the kind of books that if I read too many in a row, I like get really bored of them and they're all the same, but because I've not read one of these kind of books in quite a long time, I'm having a great time with it. I think I've already kind of spoke about the general plot. So our characters, Skylar and Weston, and Skylar is now staying with Weston. I think I said like he has a farm or a ranch, like it is like a farm, but he just has horses. He trains horses, I think. And Skylar is staying with him because she is working with Ford on recording a new album. She is also like getting away from the Hollywood life because some bad things have happened with her parents and her career and her love life, and she just wants to get away from it all. Rose Hill is obviously the perfect place to do that. So far, like, nothing has really happened between them. We just have a lot of kind of flirty banter. They are like friends with each other. They obviously fancy each other, but nothing has really happened for various reasons. We have Weston's kids as well, who I'm really liking, and there's like a kind of little separate storyline going on there, which I'm intrigued in, and I find the kids really cute. I'm enjoying the kids. I think so far this is definitely one of my favourite Elsie Silver books that I've read. I think I've said already, but my favourite of her books is definitely Heartless. I think that's a very popular opinion. I know lots of people love Heartless, and that is definitely my favourite. And this one is giving like somewhat similar vibes. I think I've already said this, I feel like I'm just repeating myself. Yeah, I'm getting somewhat similar vibes, except for the fact that Weston is not grumpy at all. He's really friendly and fun compared to the male main character in Heartless. He's very much grumpy. So the characters like aren't really similar, just I guess the kind of setting and the scenario with the children is what's similar, and it's just giving a similar vibe. I'm definitely hoping to finish it today. It's Friday today, so I'm just getting ready for work, but obviously I'm working from home, so I'm hoping I'll be able to do some reading at lunchtime and after work and get this book finished. I really don't think it's going to take me that long. I've been reading it on Kindle, and I will probably continue to read it on Kindle, and I will check in with you when I have finished, but yeah, that's where we are for now. Officially in Spotify jail, which means cleaning is over and I'm going back to physically reading. One thing I want to know is, are these like men date auctions actually a thing? Because I've seen it in so many TV shows, so many books, but I just can't imagine that that's real. In today's day and age, that can't be real. The first place I ever saw it was One Tree Hill. If you know, you know. I've got a new favourite Elsie Silver book, and it's this one. 5 stars. I loved this. Like, it was exactly what this kind of book should be, if that makes sense. Like, is it the best book in the world? Is it my favourite book in the world? No, it's not, but for this kind of romance, like, this is a 5 star. Like, I loved it. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. Yeah, Western, The Man That You Are, 5 stars, absolutely loved this. Like, in my mind, so much better than Wild Love. I don't know why Wild Love just didn't gel with me. I love the tropes in Wild Love. Just for whatever reason, I just didn't connect with the romance and I found myself not really caring. This one, I think the pacing was just so much better, and that makes all of the difference when it comes to a romance book. I got attached to the characters, I got invested in a romance. The children in this were amazing. Yeah, absolutely love. So that's the end of this week of reading, and it was quite successful. So I'm now up to date on Boys of Torment and Rose Hill series, and I have completed the Kingdom of Lies series, which is really good. I'm happy with that. I enjoyed all of the books that I read. Obviously, Kingdom of Lies series overall is like a 5-star series for me. This book, what did I give it? Like 4 or 4.5 stars, I think. Really enjoyed it. Taming 7, so glad that I finally read this and that I'm up to date, especially with all of the teasers that we're getting for Boys of Torment books on Instagram and stuff now. Like, I'm very glad to be up to date. I'm really excited for new books to come out in this series. It wasn't my favourite book in the series, in fact it was my least favourite. I gave it 3.5 stars, but I still enjoyed it and I'm still very happy to be up to date. And then obviously we have just spoke about Wild Eyes from the Rose Hill series. Again, pleased to be up to date, and this one has only like recently come out as well, so I'm glad that like it didn't take me ages to get to this like it normally does with these kind of series. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to leave a comment, like and subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to see you in my next video. Bye!